Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to start the third Kant, Aranya Kant. Virada's salvation. After Bharata had left for Ayodhya with his retinue, Rama decided to move to a safer place in the Dandaka forest, as the area near Chitrakoot was often made unsafe by the attacks of demons. They reached the ashrama of Rishi Atri, a wise and learned sage whose wife, Anasuya, known for her wisdom and purity, gave Sita some beautiful garments and jewelry as a gift. Seeking a place in the forest, they were attacked by a huge, ferocious demon. This was Virada, a Gandharva who had been cursed to become a Rakshasa. The arrows of Rama and Lakshmana had no effect on him. They had a furious combat. As Rama's feet touched him, his brain cleared. He told them of the curse and Brahma's boon that weapons could not kill him. So the princess killed without weapons, and he was set free, becoming a Gandharva again. Towards Panchavadi. Rama, Sita and Lakshmana reached the hermitage of the old sage Sharabanga, who had been keeping alive only to see Sri Rama. He sent them to sage Sutikshna before himself, taking Samadhi in a fire. Sage Sutikshna also gave them great support, and they stayed to protect the rishis who were involved in their meditation and rituals. They came to the ashrama of the great sage Agastya, who had moved with his wife Lopamudra to the south of the Vindhya mountain. Rama introduced himself and Sita and Lakshmana, seeking the blessing of Agastya. The wise sage, who could see the future, welcomed them warmly. He directed them to go to Panchavadi, which was a beautiful place, and gave Rama a bow made by Vishwakarma for Lord Vishnu, with a quiver that never ran out of arrows and a mighty sword. With his blessings, they went to Panchavadi. At Panchavadi, Rama, Sita and Lakshmana had lived in the Dandaka forest for about 10 years before they reached Panchavadi. They met a huge vulture sitting on a tree along the way. This was Jadayu, Dasharatha's old friend. Wishing him, Rama introduced himself and the others. He requested Jadayu to live close to Panchavadi so that he might watch over Sita when they were out hunting. Panchavadi, on the banks of the Godavari, was indeed a beautiful place, as sage Agastya had said. They were all delighted. It was surrounded by trees and flowers with waterfalls and river close by. Birds chirped and danced around them in the trees. Even the animals around seemed gentle. There were plenty of fruits and roots too. Lakshmana built a cozy mud hut with a thatched roof for Rama and Sita. Rama was very happy and touched by Lakshmana's devotion and care. Shurpanaka at Panchavadi. The days at Panchavadi were enjoyable for both the princess and for Sita. They sat and talked of the seasons, the beauty of nature, their families, Ayodhya and philosophy. Lakshmana served his brother and sister-in-law with deep devotion. One winter morning, They all went as usual to bathe in the river and offer their prayers. They returned to bask in the sun outside their hut. A Rakshasi, Shurpanaka, who was Ravana's sister, was roaming in the forest. She saw Rama and was infatuated deeply with the handsome young prince. She decided to entice Rama. She had the magical capacity of demons to change her form at will. So she transformed herself into a beautiful young woman and approached Rama. "Who are you?" she asked. "You do not seem to be an ascetic tall. You are dressed like one. You have this woman here and carrying arms." The wily Shurpanaka. Rama politely introduced himself, his wife Sita, and his brother Lakshmana, explaining that they were the sons of Dasharatha, late king of Ayodhya. In turn, Shurpanaka introduced herself as the sister of Ravana, Kumbhakarna, and Vibhishana. She said two more of her brothers, Kara and Dushana, were roaming the forest. They were all warriors. "I am better suited as your mate than this little woman," said Shurpanaka, looking scornfully at Sita. Rama told her that he was a married man and did not wish for a second wife. She should try to persuade his brother Lakshmana. Shurpanaka was a demoness and wished to possess a handsome young man. So she went up to Lakshmana, who promptly told her he was only serving his brother. "You don't want to marry a servant, do you?" he said, sending her back to Rama. Shurpanaka humiliated. Shurpanaka was getting irritated by this behavior and failed to see that the brothers did not wish for her advances. Rama was a faithful husband and Lakshmana only focused on serving Rama and Sita. But Shurpanaka could not accept this. When she saw Sita smiling at the brothers, sending her back and forth, she screamed that she would eat up Sita, who was merely an insect. Frustrated in her desire and mad with anger at being mocked by the three persons, she pounced upon Sita, coming back into her real form as a Rakshasi. Sita screamed in terror as she saw the huge, terrifying demoness rushing towards her. She looked around helplessly as there seemed no escape from the horror of being killed by Shurpanaka. Rama and Lakshmana saw the transformation of the demoness who was rushing at Sita. They ran immediately to save her from Shurpanaka. Punishing Shurpanaka. As Rama intervened to save Sita, he told Lakshmana to punish Shurpanaka and teach her a lesson. In a flash, Lakshmana had drawn his sword and attacked her, cutting off her ears and nose. Howling with pain, screamed, abused and threatened revenge. Shurpanaka fled into the forest. She found her brothers, Kara with his cronies, and poured out her story. Kara was confused and made her sit down and tell him all the details carefully. She told him that Rama and Lakshmana, the sons of the king of Ayodhya, dressed like ascetics, had mutilated her by cutting off her ears and nose, and all because of that insect who is Rama's wife, Sita. "Kill them!" screamed Shurpanaka. Kara immediately sent his 14 generals with their army of demons. under Dushana to kill the two men and drag the woman to his presence. Kara and Dushana destroyed. Shurpanaka led them to Panjavadi. Rama met the generals and asked them to leave, but they had come to do battle with Rama. Rama asked Lakshmana to take Sita away to a cave for safety while he dealt with the Rakshasa's army. Lakshmana obeyed, taking Sita away from there. Rama's bow shot arrows faster than lightning, and soon the demon army was lying dead. When Dushana attacked Rama, the prince shot away both his arms and the Rakshasas fell dead. Trisiras, the three-headed demon, came next but was confronted by arrows that attacked him like snakes. He fell in the battle to be followed by Kara. Rama destroyed his chariot and all his weapons. Rama simply tore his chest apart with his arrows. Lakshmana returned with Sita and proudly embraced his brave brother who had destroyed Kara. Dushana, Trisiras and their army single-handedly